I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Barack Obama held an incredible rally with Senator Raphael Warnock last night in Georgia at the Gateway Center Arena in College Park, Georgia. A huge crowd showed up. Obama was at his finest. Warnock crushed it. I want to give a recap of what took place at this rally. First, when you look at the crowd, significantly larger of a crowd than any of these recent Trump rallies. And look, we don't go around bragging about crowd size and all of that, but the reality is that we just do the hard work. People show up and we talk about the issues. And what I loved about this rally is it just was in stark contrast to the hate and the lies and the disinformation and the freaking weirdness that takes place at these fascist Trump rallies. You know, we forget because the Republican Party has now fully mutated into this MAGA fascist extremist party. But, you know, at a political rally, you could have normal, funny, fun, important, critical discourse with people. That's the way it should be. And this rally for Senator Raphael Warnock at College Park, Georgia, was exactly that. So let's break down what took place. So Obama took the stage, and Obama went right into it and talked about how it seems to him that what you have here is a celebrity like Herschel Walker who wants to be a politician. And we've seen how that goes. Here, play this clip.
In the case of Reverend Warnock's opponent, there is very little evidence that he has taken any interest, bothered to learn anything about, or displayed any kind of inclination towards public service or volunteer work or helping people in any way. At least we don't really know about it. And that does make you suspect. Seems to me he's a celebrity who wants to be a politician. And we've seen how that goes. We've seen that before.
Then Obama talks about his own history running for political office. And now, when he ran for Congress, the very first time he got whooped. He lost the first time he ran for Congress, but you know what? He didn't say the elections were rigged. He didn't say the elections were stolen. He figured out how to refine his message, how to fine-tune his message, how to connect better with people to win the next time around the right way. Play this clip where Obama talks about the humility of defeat and the importance of striving to do better versus all of this election-denying conspiracy crap. Play the clip.
First time I ran for Congress, I was already in the state legislature, I ran for Congress. I lost the primary by 30 points. Got whooped. Whooped. It was embarrassing. Had to go out the next day. Had a big L on my forehead. And let me tell you, I was frustrated too. You know what I didn't do though? I didn't claim that the election was rigged. I didn't try to stop votes from being counted. I didn't incite a mob to storm the Capitol. I took my lumps. I figured out why my campaign hadn't connected to voters. I tried to run a better race the next time. And by the way, I won the next time because that's how our system works.
Oh, and I love this one. This is where Obama talked about who is going to fight to keep you safe. Is it going to be someone like Herschel Walker who carries around a phony police badge? Play this clip.
Violent crime has gone up over the last 7 years, not just the last 2. Not just in liberal states, but in conservative rural states too. That's a serious problem. Who will fight to keep you and your family safe? The Republican politicians who want to flood our streets with more guns? who actually voted against more resources for our police departments? Is it somebody who carries around a phony badge and says he's in law enforcement? Like he's a kid playing cops and robbers? Or is it leaders like Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff and Sanford Bishop?
Then Obama talked about policies. He showed the difference between the policy of Democrats actually fighting for the people, fighting to reduce the prices of prescription drugs, make education and healthcare affordable, accessible to all. You compare that to what are the Republican priorities. I mean, they're election deniers, but in addition, when you break down, if there's any policy, it's just let's cut taxes for billionaires, no matter what the situation is. When unemployment's high, cut the taxes. If inflation's low, cut taxes for billionaires, not the actual real people who need relief. Play this clip of Obama.
They want to gut social programs. They want to cut Social Security and Medicare, and then they want to give their rich friends a tax cut. Don't boo, vote. And the reason I can say with confidence that they want to cut taxes for the wealthy and for corporations is because that's their answer to everything. When inflation is low, let's cut taxes. When unemployment's high, got to cut taxes. If there was an asteroid heading towards Earth, they would all get in a room and they'd say, you know what we need? We need tax cuts for the wealthy. That's going to solve it. How's that going to help you? And on the other side, you have Democrats like Reverend Warnock, who have shown that they will take on the drug companies to lower prices.
Then there was this great moment where Obama talked about how when he goes around the campaign trail right now, it's different a little bit. It's a little bit more difficult because when he would go around the campaign trail, you could have a normal conversation with people, and it's okay that people disagree with each other. That's part of our democracy. But right now, you have a situation where these MAGA Republicans are denying reality. They are denying the facts. Not only are they denying it, they are affirmatively spreading conspiracy theories, disinformation, and hate rather than just addressing the facts. And it's okay that we could have legitimate political discourse disagreements over an approach to how to get things done. That's not what's going on right now. Democrats are trying to figure out how to get things done. These are complicated conversations. And Republicans, and I say this sincerely, and it's hard for me to say, but Republicans are cheering on individuals who break into the Capitol building, engage in an insurrection, try to kill police officers, and take their own feces and spread it on the walls. That's what the Republican Party, they call them political prisoners. Here, play this clip from Obama. He didn't say that stuff, but Obama said something like that. Play this clip of Obama.
I have to admit, sometimes going out on the campaign trail feels a little harder than it used to. And not just because I'm older and grayer, a little stiffer. Michelle says I'm still cute, though. But back when I was first running for office, people didn't agree with me on everything, but we could at least talk to each other. Maybe once in a while we could persuade each other. We could be civil towards each other. And that's why I ended up getting a whole bunch of Republican votes. And after I won, John McCain, my opponent, graciously conceded, gave me a call, publicly wished me luck for the sake of the country. And there was a peaceful transfer of power. That basic foundation of our democracy is being called into question right now. Democrats aren't perfect. I'm the first one to admit it. Politicians, just like all of us, can make mistakes. But right now, with a few notable exceptions, most of the GOP and a whole bunch of these candidates are not even pretending that the rules apply to them anymore. They are just making stuff up. Last year, Stacey's opponent signed one of the most aggressive voter suppression laws in the country. And later on, he admitted he was, quote, I'm quoting here, frustrated with the results of the 2020 election, so he, quote, did something about it, unquote.
I thought this was a great moment also in Obama's speech at the rally at College Park, Georgia, when he says, let's do this thought experiment for a second. And he says, let's say you're at the airport and you see Herschel Walker and you say, there's Herschel Walker. He's a good football player. Are you going to let Herschel Walker fly that airplane? What about with the surgery? Are you going to let Herschel Walker perform the surgery on you? Is that what you're going to do when you need significant surgery? You're going to go to a doctor who's experienced. You can't trust Herschel Walker to do those things. You got to have experience. Play this clip of Obama.
Now, there are a lot of young people here. I love, yes. That makes me excited. Some of you may not remember, but Herschel Walker was a heck of a football player. I mean, some of you are too young to remember, but in college, he was amazing. One of the best running backs of all time. But here's the question. Does that make him the best person to represent you in the U.S. Senate? Does that make him equipped to weigh in on the critical decisions about our economy and our foreign policy and our future? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's say you're at the airport and you see Mr. Walker and you say, hey, there's Herschel Walker, Heisman winner. Let's have him fly the plane. You probably wouldn't say that. You'd want to know, does he know how to fly an airplane? Or let's say you go to the hospital and you say, you know, that Walker guy, he sure could tear it up at Sanford Stadium. Give him a scalpel. No, you wouldn't say that. You'd ask, at least I would, has he done surgery before? And by the way, the opposite is true too. Like, you may have liked me as president, but you would not want me starting a tailback for the dogs. I mean, can you imagine my slow, old, skinny behind getting hit by some 300-pound defensive tackle who runs a 4.6 40? You'd have to scrape me off the field. No, I can't.
And then Obama's message to everyone's out there is vote, vote, vote. Put down your phone, give TikTok a rest, and vote. Play this clip.
So if you're scared, don't put your head under the covers. If you're anxious, don't put your head in the sand. If you're frustrated right now, don't complain, don't tune out. Don't get bamboozled and fall for the okie doke that nothing that you say matters. I need you to get off your couch and vote. Put down your phone and give TikTok a rest and vote. Vote for this whole incredible Georgia Democratic ticket. Then help your friends and family members, your neighbors and your co-workers do the same. Because enough of us, if enough of us make our voices heard, I promise you, things will get better. We will heal what ails us. We will restore our democracy. We will build a country that is more fair and more just and more equal and more free. That's our task.
And then, of course, we got to hear from Raphael Warnock, Senator of Georgia, who's done a great job. And one of his crowning achievements one of Raphael Warnock's crowning achievements, I think, has been his steadfast fight for the people of Georgia. He's worked across party lines to fight for people of Georgia, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, fighting for issues that matter. And one of his main causes has also been try to lower prescription drug prices, And in the Inflation Reduction Act, there's been a great deal of success in that, in reducing the cost of premiums in Medicare and reducing the price of insulin as it relates to Medicare. But in trying to introduce these bills more broadly and to have more systemic relief, we've found, or existed, all of the Republicans try to block it. They try to block it at each and every turn. Not only do they try to block it, when asked about reducing prescription drug prices at the debate, Herschel Walker basically said, as it relates to making insulin accessible, people just need to eat better. That's how you can cure diabetes totally. Just that's it. Don't worry about prescription drug prices. And here Raphael Warnock says, look, you actually have to know stuff to do this job. And he gives the example of the discussion about insulin during the debate. Here, play this clip of Raphael Warnock.
And when I talked about that the other night, so I talked about the fact that we live in a state where 11% of the adults have diabetes, and that insulin is a drug that's been around for 100 years, and that they're price gouging the insulin. When I pointed out the ways in which there are bad corporate actors who are gouging a drug that people need that's been around for 100 years, you know what my opponent said? He said they just need to eat right. Well, while he's blaming the people of Georgia, I'm holding the pharmaceutical corporations accountable. You can't lead the people unless you love the people. You can't love the people unless you walk among the people. You actually have to know stuff to do this job.
Then Raphael Warnock also says, look, this is someone, Herschel Walker, who literally lies. And he says he literally, quite literally, wears his lies as a badge of honor, using the term badge because he has a fake police badge. You have someone running for senator as a MAGA extremist who goes around to this day pretending to be a police officer, a fake cop right there. It is absurd what is taking place, but he literally lies about everything. Play this clip of Raphael Warnock.
He's not fit. He's not fit, not to represent the people of Georgia. You have to be able to trust the person who's in this office. And listen, it gives me no pleasure to say this kind of thing. Gives me no pleasure to say this kind of thing, but after all, I'm a preacher, and so I'm in the business of truth telling. And this is a man who lies about the most basic facts of his life. In fact, his own staff in their exasperation said that he lies like he's breathing. And we all saw it with our own eyes. He wears his lies quite literally as a badge of honor. If we can't trust him to tell the truth about his life, how can we trust him to protect our lives and our families and our children and our jobs and our future?
And there you have it. Here on the MeidasTouch network, we have been covering a number of these Trump fascist rallies. And I say It's an important thing that I think media companies do that. It's not amplifying it if you contextualize it in the sense of condemning it and condemning what's taking place. We can't blind our eyes and close our ears to the reality of this fascist creep that is taking place. We need to show Americans what I like to call the exhausted majority, what Tim Ryan calls the exhausted majority as well, of people who just want to have normal lives and normal discussions and spend time with our family and engage in hobbies and go to the movies or watch TV or have a good meal or read a book, whatever your hobby is, and not deal with this MAGA extremist lunacy of people quite literally taking their feces and throwing it at the Capitol building and having a Republican Party say, yeah, that's normal. These people are political prisoners. The people who are trying to kill cops, literally. People who support the president for stealing, a former president for stealing top secret, sensitive, compartmented information. And they call him the president. And they say that that's normal to steal nuclear secrets. It is absurd. It is absurd. You can't steal nuclear secrets and support conduct. It is beyond the pale. And Americans are waking up to it. Americans are not having any of it anymore. What a great rally it was. I'm glad that I could showcase a rally of humor and positivity and political discourse, what it should be. And look, it's okay if you look at the rally like that and look at events. You know what? I disagree with some of those political views. I disagree with the approach. I disagree with the taxation. But that's okay. That should be okay in our system. But there's a difference between having legitimate political tough conversations and a political party and MAGA extremists who literally want to overrule and overturn our democracy to anoint a cult leader, Donald Trump, as a dictator. That's what they want to do. That's not, I'm not fear-mongering. That's literally what they want to do. Anyway, it's great to see a normal political rally. Obama at his finest. Warnock crushed it. Vote, 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 vote. I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your support. So hit the subscribe button right now. And also, in addition to subscribing, please check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. We are not funded by millionaires or billionaires. We have zero outside investors. We are purely funded and fueled by your generosity. So check it out. Please, your help goes a long way to keep these reports going. We appreciate your generosity. Patreon.com/MeidasTouch. There's a number of exclusive benefits there too. Posters, exclusive merch, postcards, exclusive podcasts. Check it out. But most importantly, help us grow. I'm Ben Meiselas. Until next time.
This November is Rowvember. Midas Touch just released its brand new collection of Rowvember t-shirts and pins to let the country know what's at stake this upcoming midterm election. Go to store.MeidasTouch.com to grab yours. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.